Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports Addict, where sports it's all that matters. For this video, I wanted to talk about the current NFC playoff picture and AFC playoff picture, plus the projections before Week 18, our final week of the NFL's regular season. So everyone from the Lions, Eagles, Rams, Vikings, Commander, and Packer all have 100% that they're obviously going to make the playoffs. The only question is the Buccaneers don't have 100% chance of making the playoffs, but they still have a high chance. Win the division, the Lions have 64.4%. Eagles have 100, obviously Rams 100, Bucks 85.2. 35.6 have the Viking. Obviously, Commander and Packers, obviously, they're not competing for their division anyway. But the key matchup in the NFC is, the Lions and Vikings. Vikings win, they take the number one seed and division. The number one seed, obviously, in the NFC is basically between Lions and Vikings. That matchup Sunday night. Because the rest of the team have zero chance. So right now, the playoff seedings for the NFC goes Lions first, Eagles second, Rams third, Buccaneers fourth, Vikings fifth, Commanders sixth, Packers seven, and lastly we have the Falcons, who have 14.8% to make the playoff. When they're 14.8, and obviously they're not. There's no chance to win the number one seed. So these are the standings right now. It can change on Sunday. And obviously, we had the AFC playoff picture. Chiefs obviously made the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. They won the division. Obviously, they have the number one seed. Bills obviously gonna make the playoffs. Obviously, win the division. Number one seed, obviously not. Ravens are 100% of making the playoffs. They have 94.4% to win their division. If the Steelers don't have nothing to say, then the Texans obviously 100%. They're gonna make the playoff. Obviously, they're gonna win the division. Then the Steelers obviously will make the playoff, but they have a slight chance to win their division. Then the Chargers obviously make the playoff. That's the only thing they're fighting for. And the Broncos 63.4% chance to make the playoffs, while the Dolphins have 26.0%, and the least favorite to make it to the playoffs is the Bengals. But the way the seeding is right now is Chiefs obviously will stay with the first place. It's gonna be Bills second, Ravens third, Texans fourth, Steelers fifth, Chargers sixth, seven Broncos. Let me check every team's record, NFL records, to see if any of these standings can move. The Bills are 13-3. The Ravens are 11-5. Steelers 10-6. Texans 9-7. Chiefs 15-1. So the second place, looking at it, won't move. Ravens, let's check the Ravens are 11-5. The Steelers are 10-6. So if the Ravens lose, 9-7. Yeah, so the third place won't move. Texans 9-7. 9-6. That one won't move either. The Broncos are 9-7. The Dolphins are 8-8, so they could move up basically to the seventh seed. and the Bengals are 8-8. They can end between the Broncos, Dolphins, Bengals. That seeding can move. Let's check the NFC now. We all know the number one seed can move 13 and 14 and 2. The obviously the number one seed is the one that can move. Let's see the second place, 13 and 3, or the Eagles. That one can move as well. If somehow the Vikings or Lions lose, and also the Eagles lose, they'll be 13 and 4 if they lose. And obviously either the loser of the Lions and Vikings obviously will take the first place. But if the Eagles win, I'm not sure who has the tiebreaker here. Let me check the conference record. The Eagles are 8-3. Lions are 10-1, so they'll take the second if they lose. The Vikings are 9-2 in their conference. So if the Eagles win 9-3 and the Vikings lose, they'll be both 9-3. But the non-conference, they're both. So I don't know. There's a lot of way to look at the tiebreaker between Eagles and Vikings. The Lions lose and Vikings win. Lions obviously take the second place, but Eagles and Vikings are the one that, or it's the X factor. I feel like who stays first, who stays second. Then three, the Rams. Check the Rams record, 10-6. Yeah, that one. The third place doesn't move at all. Let's check the bike. Yeah, the third place, either the Buccaneers or Falcons take the fourth seed, fifth seed, Vikings and Commander. Obviously, that one doesn't move. Vikings or Commanders take it. The fifth seed doesn't move, obviously. That one doesn't move at all. The Eagles can basically end up there looking at it. If they lose and Vikings win, that would be a lot of. This one will be a lot of movement in the NFC for the fifth seed, sixth seed, Commanders and Packers 11-5. Yeah, that one moves as well. Packers win and Commanders lose. They switch. Packer go to the six and Commander go to the seven. Where both win, they have to go to the tiebreaker. Then the Falcons can move up to the fourth place, and the Buccaneers can move to the eighth seed in the NFC. So the NFC has a lot more movement in the standings than the AFC. So it'll be some interesting games in the NFC. Let's see how the seeding ends up. So yeah, so that's it for this video. I wanted to make this video projecting who's obviously we already know who's gonna be in the playoffs, who's winning the division a little bit. Number one seed's out of reach. It's the Lions and Vikings in the NFC. The AFC is out of reach. Chiefs won the first place, Bills got the second, and so on. But I want to project what's the projections are saying, and plus I wanted to go over if there will be any movement, seeding movement throughout the day, winner takes it. But not a lot of movement in the AFC. First place was taken. First place, the NFC is still up for grabs between two teams, Lions and Vikings. And the Eagles are just waiting to see where they land. They still have to win their games, so and stuff like that. So it'll be an interesting couple of games this Sunday in Week 18. So leave your guys' comments down below. Who is going to the Super Bowl and who's making it to the NFC and AFC? which four teams, two in the NFC and two in the AFC, who's making it. Leave your guys' comments down below, or just leave a comment down below. How did your team do this year? My team, Niners, did not do. They're great, but I'm still gonna watch the playoffs and stuff. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget, this is Sports Addict. We're sports. It's all that matters. Until next time.